Over the last week or so, I've been hearing a lot about a company called DKOldies. They also have an extremely successful YouTube channel with nearly 1 million subs, and the business is based around selling retro gaming. So they sell old consoles, old games, just anything and everything related to old school gaming. Because everyone likes to relive their childhood to some extent, whether it's playing old games you experienced as a kid, or having that old console that you grew up with the classics on. Nostalgia is a very powerful, fun, and beautiful thing. Well, actually, not really beautiful. Hold the beautiful on that burger, because usually when I get nostalgic, I just end up feeling sad, recognizing that I'm getting old now and everything's changing. I can't move around as quickly as I once could. If I'm going downstairs and I miss a step, I end up hurting myself and pulling something. Time is progressing faster. Everything's going to turn to dust eventually. It's. We're getting off track. Point is, they sell retro gaming equipment. And over the last week or so, they've been getting dunked on like it's fucking All-Star Weekend in the NBA. Everyone's been calling them a scam, whether that's YouTubers talking about their business and reviewing their products, or very upset customers that are dissatisfied with their purchases. A lot of people have come forward accusing them of being fraudulent or scammers. Now, I didn't know a whole lot about this situation until recently. I was under the impression that the big controversy was around their prices, because DKOldies prices are significantly higher than pretty much anyone else in the market. They have, on average, the highest price compared to the competition, but I don't think a high price necessarily makes them a scam by default. But after learning more about the situation, they make claims saying that they refurbish their consoles that they're selling. And there's a lot of evidence to suggest they don't. At least they don't refurbish all of them. So a lot of YouTubers have reviewed some of these consoles that DKOldies sells, and they're covered in dirt, grease, and all kinds of shit, like very yucky stuff where it's clearly not refurbished. One of them even had just actual damage on it to one of the ports. They are still functional, but they aren't refurbished, because refurbishing refers to like cleaning, repairing, like all of that is part of being refurbished, where most of them just aren't. At least not the ones that have been documented, and not the ones people are talking about having purchased from DKOldies. So I just wanted to go over this and take a look for myself if it really is a scam. I investigated it a bit on stream, so you can watch me learn about it in real time and form your own opinion on the DKOldies business. I think the word scam is overused. DKOldies clearly communicates the goods and services they provide and how much that costs. Yes, it's more expensive, but it has a market for people that want to get restored or authentic products and not deal with the sketchiness of eBay and Craigslist buys. Retro market is flooded with knockoffs, and certain people are just willing to pay more to not deal with that. Yeah, like I said, I don't know shit about the DKOldies situation. I really don't. This DKOldies Wii isn't refurbished.
Buy a console.
Is this a... So one of the main critiques I've seen about them is their prices are absurd in comparison to the others. Is this a bad price for this? I don't know. I don't know this secondary retro market or anything. So is this like super expensive? Nintendo Wii video game consoles for sale on eBay. Let's sort by... So there's some here for 40... So it looks like between 40 and 50, 40 and 60. Here's another one for 60. So this seems a little higher than like the lowest on eBay. Because it seems like it's somewhere in this general ballpark, but this is definitely on like the upper end of it. Though I am curious why it says like 120 and then crossed out and you save $60. Is it normally 120? No one is buying the cosmetically flawed one. There's an option for the good condition that's 120. Okay, so if you went to good condition here, it would go to 120. I will say though, if it normally is 120, because if it is normally 120, that is very high in comparison to what I'm seeing on the eBay listings here. Because the ones on eBay are not the cosmetically flawed. These are just like the normal, good condition Wii's. Some of them are even bundled and they're like 50, 55 bucks. This one's 59 and it's the full Wii bundle. So that would be quite high.
And I didn't say a word.
Oh, I completely agree. eBay, it's always a coin toss if you're actually just getting fucking scammed. 100%. But I was just looking at all of the different prices there, just to get like a general range of what they normally go up for. I have to imagine if you did buy one of those, it'd come with like fucking piss stains on it or something gross.
Also, I'm not sure if you can see, but there is a lot of gunk in the fan. We might just have to open this up. All right, I say we go ahead and boot it up and
That's
see
just
if
part
it
of the
works.
cosmetic
Well, it
flaw.
boots up. Pictures and videos I will show on the screen. First, the biggest problem was the fan. There
Jesus
was
Christ.
so much
Oh, wow, that's
disgusting
pretty
gunk on
yucky.
there. It could have, should have, and says it was clean. It wasn't. I went ahead and cleaned it. Now, the weird thing is, I saw that gunk before I even opened the Wii. So did they not see it? I don't know. And then after that, the case had a lot of dust and some dirt in it. I then cleaned that out. And the Wii wasn't actually very dirty inside.
That's
but
good.
you can tell it was not cleaned or even opened, which is totally fine. But if you're not going to open it, just don't say that you are and that you're cleaning them if you're not going to do that. People on eBay don't always clean out the consoles. People in other shops don't always clean them out. But the difference is they don't say that they're going to do that. Now, once again, when I opened the Wii,
Okay, so
Well,
it seems like it's
we're
just
all-
not
yeah, but
really
okay, once again-
refurbished, but it's in a working condition. So then it seems like the big issue is they're saying they did something that they're not. At least not in this case. Maybe this was like some kind of special exception where they just made a big blunder, but yeah, it seems like this is pretty common. I imagine it's going to be much of the same story, right?
I bought a refurbished backwards compatible PS3 from DKOldies for $400, and in this video, we're going to take an in-depth look at this
Is that price seems kind of high for a PS3. I've definitely seen those for cheaper. I recently bought a where is it? I don't remember where I put it. I recently bought like a 360 because Jackson and I were doing that achievement competition. It was far from being in the hundreds of dollar range. I think it was like $100 in total, and that shit works perfectly. And it came with all the cords, cables, and everything. Let's see what these normally go for. Again, this is eBay, so you could be getting scammed getting these, but the range is from like $95 on the low end. Let me sort. Let me do like a sorting to make this easier. Literally the highest one is 280.
reverse compatible.
That's actually the
Got a bunch-
exact one that I still pulled up here, which is the most expensive one in the refurbished PS3 market on eBay, and it's listed at 280. The second highest one for reference is the exact same thing for 205. So the 280 one's even still an outlier.
Another third-party controller. I mean,
Huge.
God, $400 for a backwards compatible PS3, cosmetically flawed, and you give me a third-party controller.
That's a cool... Wait, what is that? That's a cool controller. That looks like some shit straight out of the 90s. Wow, look at that puppy. Please do not tell me that if you do good condition, it's 600. Alright, I'm starting to see a lot of the outrage around the prices. That is... I understand charging more for the security of it. Like, hey, you're absolutely going to get what we're telling you're going to get, even though it's looking a little skeptical even in that department. But that security's not worth $400 extra on the market norm. You can buy a new PS5 for like $500. Well, I don't know about that. Maybe you can.
Something like that. But like the pictures show a DualShock 3. There's no option to choose between a DualShock 3 and a third-party controller.
Yeah, this does
They
not
just say
look good.
Compatible, kind of make you think you're going to get a good controller, and then they send you, you know, that the DualShock 3 that I got. I have a warranty sticker from DKOldies in place of the old warranty seal. I don't know that they can actually enforce that these days. But oh, and there's our cosmetic flaw. Nice.
Hey, now it's fixed. It's good condition now.
Here on the back, as you can see, well,
The
I can't say
plastic's
it's too dirty
impossible to
yet, but it's-
clean.
it's very
Well, I don't think anyone's expecting them to magically erase fucking whatever this is, cat scratch marks all over it. But what you open up there and showing all the dust when this is supposed to be a refurbished and cleaned model or whatever, like that's, you can absolutely clean fucking dust, right? Like that's pretty easy. I can clean dust, and I'm a goddamn idiot.
see what it looks like. All right, guys, time for the big reveal. I got all the screws all the way off and see what it looks like inside. Oh man.
Wow, factory new.
Oh no way,
That's fresh.
dude. I have no words. It actually looks better on camera than in person. Like in person, every single inch of this is covered in dirt, and this is. And dang, that's what this is
Okay,
bad.
so I think I've seen enough here. I think I now have a better understanding of exactly what's going on. So not only are their prices outrageous, they are clearly not refurbishing them. It seems like their process is just confirming if it works and nothing else, and then just calling it refurbished. So they upgrade to the latest system software, or they'll do like a full factory reset of it. and then just make sure that the games can work on it, it doesn't crash, and that's it. And then they do a huge absurd markup without ever actually cleaning them. So my 360, I got this 2 years ago, 90 bucks. So Smash is starting. All right, I'll swap. Hold on though, I want to see what this goes for on DKOldies. Ooh, the exact one. The exact one at 240. Ooh. Oh, actually, never mind. Marked down to 195. It's the exact one. Oh, no. Hold on. That's the bigger one. So that was the 250. I see. The 4 gigabyte one is 150. That's no good. That's no good. That's big stinky. Uh-oh. Yeah, here. That's the exact one, and I got it for 90 at my local shop. And as for if it's refurbished or not, they actually, so at the shop, they don't even claim it's refurbished. But just looking over it right now, I don't even see any dust, and I've had this for 2 years now, so even if there was dust, I'd be like, yeah, it sounds about right. But like, it's pretty spotless, like, looking through the vents and shit. Looks nice. It's not even cosmetically flawed, there's no scratches on it or anything. 90 bucks. So I saved myself 70 bucks instead of going to DKOldies for it. Well, I still would like to see their side.
Every day, tons of new collections get sold to us here at DKOldies. Let's take a look at this one, for example, and let's check out everything that has to happen to this Wii before we can list it for sale and it finds a new home.
And then it's shipped to customers like that.
And while it's open, he'll blow out any dust or debris that may be inside.
Yeah, so this is not exactly... I see what they're going to do. They're just going to walk through the process and say it's done like this for all of them, even though there's clear evidence that that's not the case for every single one of them. I see. Like I said, it seems like they prioritize like the fact that it works, which is good. I haven't seen a case where it just doesn't work, but it's also not getting like legitimately refurbished. So this one's getting cleaned, it seems, but all of the other examples we saw, they didn't get cleaned. And I would like to see them explain the pricing. I'm very curious on why it's so high. Yeah, so it's not exactly a response. It's, hey, we do this. Here's an example of us doing it for one console.
Then she'll make sure the Wii has the 2 doors that go on it.
Without addressing all of the very
And
real
now that
evidence
it's
for
looking
ones
great,
that
it's
weren't
ready to list
refurbished.
for sale. Okay, now that it's been tested, repaired, and cleaned, it's ready to be listed for sale on the website while it awaits its new home.
I didn't realize how big this business was. They have almost 1 million subs and it's a corporate account. Like, that's actually extremely impressive, so I see why this became such a big deal.